the pain of releasing, our most heart-wrenching breakup experiences. Breakups are more than just the end of a relationship, they are emotional death. When we lose someone we love, we often lose parts of ourselves. Routines, futures imagined, and the intimacy we built around shared memories. This 1999 word narrative dives into the raw emotional terrain of heartbreak and healing. It is not just a story, it's a mirror reflecting the inner strength it takes to release someone we once called home. Why releasing is so painful? Letting go of someone we love is not merely about the physical absence. It's about detaching emotionally, spiritually, and psychologically. Releasing someone means giving up hopes, dreams, and sometimes even our identity as it was shaped in that relationship. We cling because we once found meaning in that bond, and releasing means redefining everything. Heartbreak is the body's signal that a deep emotional wound is open. The brain processes romantic loss similarly to physical pain, often triggering anxiety, sadness, and even depression. Letting go, therefore, feels like self-betrayal, even when it is the healthiest option. Shared breakup stories, lessons from the heart. 1. Elena and the silent goodbye. Elena had been in a 6-year relationship. One morning, her partner stopped replying, no closure, no confrontation, just silence. The void left by a partner who disappears is brutal. It took me 2 years to stop checking my phone, she confessed. But from her silence came strength. She learned to validate her pain and rewrite her story without someone else's explanation. 2. Raj and the love that wasn't enough. Raj was in a long-distance relationship, full of effort, communication, and plans. But love, he learned, is not always enough. We loved each other deeply, but our worlds went in different directions. His story reflects the pain of knowing that even deep affection can't always solve timing, compatibility, or life goals. His healing began when he stopped romanticizing the past and started appreciating the lessons it brought. 3. Mia's story of self-sacrifice. Mia had molded her life around her partner. She changed cities, jobs, and dreams. When the relationship ended, she didn't know who she was anymore. Her greatest challenge wasn't letting go of him, but rediscovering herself. I had to rebuild my identity from the ground up. Her story reminds us that self-love must never be compromised, and that losing someone can often mean finding ourselves. Stages of emotional release. 1. Shock and denial. This isn't real. It can't be over. 2. Anger and blame. Why did they do this to me? 3. Bargaining. Maybe if I change, they'll come back. 4. Grief. I can't imagine life without them. 5. Acceptance. It happened. Now I choose to heal. Understanding these stages allows us to move through them without judgment. Healing is not linear, it loops, relapses, and rewinds. That's normal. Why holding on hurts more? Staying emotionally attached to someone who is no longer present physically or emotionally keeps us locked in a cycle of pain. We replay moments, overanalyze conversations, and build false hope. This prevents new growth, blocks new love, and burdens our future with past weight. Letting go is not forgetting. It's choosing freedom. It's creating space for self-worth, new beginnings, and peace. What we release when we let go. The version of ourselves that existed in the relationship, the fantasy of what could have been, the responsibility for someone else's choices, the guilt or shame we carried from the breakup, the fear of never finding love again. Each release is a reclamation of power. Tools for healing through release. 1. Journaling. Write letters you never send. List what you learned from the relationship. Reflect on how you've grown. 2. Rituals of closure. Burn a letter. Delete photos or texts when ready. Create a symbolic act like planting a flower to mark your new chapter. 3. Support systems. Talk to friends who honor your healing, not your pain. Join a support group or seek therapy. 4. Physical expression. Move your body through walking, dancing, or stretching. Cry when needed. It's release, not weakness. 5. Boundaries. Limit contact if it reopens wounds. Say no to nostalgia when it tries to lure you back into cycles of pain. Healing doesn't mean you don't miss them. You can love someone and accept they're not meant for your journey. You can honor what was without longing to relive it. Healing doesn't mean you're cold. It means you choose peace over chaos. Messages from the heart. I miss who we were, but I no longer mourn who we aren't. I am allowed to remember and still move forward. Grief doesn't ask for permission, but I get to decide what I do with it. These are the words of people who chose to heal. Their pain didn't vanish, but it evolved. The role of forgiveness. Forgiveness isn't always about the other person. It's often about releasing yourself from resentment. Forgive yourself for staying too long. Forgive them for not loving you the way you needed. Forgive the universe for timing that didn't align. Forgiveness clears the heart's path. Building a life after release. Travel solo to reconnect with your spirit. Start new hobbies that reflect your authentic self. Meet people as your new version, not the wounded one. Learn to love your own company again. You don't move on to forget, you move on to remember who you are. Why sharing our stories matters? When we share our heartbreaks, we realize we're not alone. There's power in collective healing. Your story might be the mirror someone else needs to start their journey of release. Affirmations for letting go. I release what no longer serves me. My worth is not defined by my past. I am whole, with or without them. Love still exists for me. This ending is my beginning. Say them daily. Let them anchor your healing. Reclaiming identity after heartbreak. The pain of releasing teaches us who we are beyond attachments. It invites us to rebuild confidence, rediscover joy, reinvent our path. You are not the same person you were in that relationship, and that's the gift. Final reflection. Why release is sacred. Letting go is not weakness, it's wisdom. It's honoring your heart's evolution. It's choosing to live instead of linger. In 2025, let us normalize the sacred art of emotional release. Let us see breakup not as failure, but as a transformation. Because love never truly leaves, it just changes form. You are not broken. You are becoming. And the pain you feel today? It's proof that your heart loved deeply and will love again. Release. Heal. Rise. Your future is waiting.